Ravizolo hands off.
Fullback straight ahead.
Net right at the line. It'll depend on the spot. The Cougar defensive line coming up with a great stand.
I think his forward momentum got him the spot. We're going to see. A call for a measurement. Looks like it's ahead of the yard marker. Tough to tell from here, though, Jim.
See the Irish tired. Excuse me, the officials talking it over with Trevor Weeks, big number 66 for the Centennial Cougars, back for another year.
And they have it by the length of the ball.
First down, Irish, inside the Centennial 30-yard line. Ravizolo pitches back.
Great.
Stefano met in the backfield and a flag down on the play.
Great play by the corner, taking on the, avoiding the lead block and making the play. Not letting the man get outside of him. Got a holding on Notre Dame.
So on first down, the Irish guilty of an offensive hold. That'll back them up 10 yards.
And they declined it, I believe, Jim.
They'll decline it, take the loss on the play, and make it second down. Sets up about 2nd and 15. Ravizolo's going to put it up.
Throwing the out.
Goes to the far side. A nice catch around the corner. Down inside the 10-yard line. Ryan Nava makes the grab for the Irish. So on what was a 2nd and long becomes 1st and goal as Notre Dame moves it inside the 10-yard line.
Quick 5-yard out. Receiver catches the ball. The defensive back misses the tackle, and you've got nothing but grass ahead of you to the end zone. Everybody else came over to support him. This defensive back has to play him a little tighter than that.
Nava's the receiver split left. Steve Smith on the right side. They give it to Stefano, and he's met in the backfield. Number 42, Kevin Beamer on the stop.
Looks like they blitzed Mac linebacker up through the middle, and Beamer made the stop.
Al Michaels, we're San Dierdorf. Oh, okay.
Centennial getting some good penetration at the line. The Irish continuing to move the ball. 2nd down.
Come on, D!
Same play.
Stefano, this time he fumbles it loose on the ground. And the Centennial Cougars have recovered. So an early mistake by Jeff Tardif that forced the Cougars to give the Irish great field position has now been recovered by the Cougar defense.
Now, once again, I can't tell if Beamer is reading the play or if he is on a Mac linebacker blitz. But he made a heck of a stiff pop the ball loose. Cougars recover.
Beamer's been getting into the backfield with some regularity as the Irish offense drove down on that drive. But now the Centennial Cougars back on offense will be pinned deep. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line.
Let's go!
Kerr hands the ball off. Tardif with the carry.
That is the tightest offensive
Appears to be
formation,
no gain.
Jim. They've got no wideout. What that does is it allows all of the defenders to move inside, makes it difficult to run inside. Here they go again in the no-huddle offense.
There's Tardif trying to break it wide. Right, he'll get around the corner, picks up a
Don't throw that
blocker.
flag. Oh.
And what was a very close block, you said it right there, don't throw the flag.
I don't know about that one. He did make some contact, but I don't know if he really impeded the defender that much. But he's standing in a better position than we are up here.
So the officials will call the illegal block.
Got a replay here. Well, I guess he does get a piece of him just at the end. Referee is standing in a good position. That's coming back.
So that'll nullify a big gain for Tardif. He had the first down on what appeared to be a good carry. But
Well,
that block will bring the flag back.
hey, Jim, if you can't see the person's face, you shouldn't touch him. And, I mean, there's a classic example where you're getting out of a hole, somebody makes a mental error, boom, you're right back in it.
It's a second down, and about 14 for the Cougars, pinned deep inside their own 10-yard line. Now they start to spread things out just a little bit as they send Miguel Johnson wide to the right side. And Kerr's going to put it up.
Got everybody coming on a blitz. This should be a good-looking play.
Picks
Get
up Tardif
upfield.
in the backfield. Tardif will get up near what the Cougars needed for a first down, up around the 25-yard line.
And what they did, Jim, is they sent all three middle linebackers up through the middle, screened off to the outside. Real nice-looking play for that kind of a blitz. So we're at third and less than a yard here. Looks like inches, mind you.
Now the officials are going to bring it out and measure. They're down a little less than a yard for the first down. First quarter action here in the athletic department. The Centennial Cougars and Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, no score. Centennial's second possession of the game, each team fumbling on their opening possession.
No nose tackle.
Kerr will take it on his own through the middle to pick up that first down. Centennial work first and 10 from about their own 26.
And playing without a nose tackle, it's very difficult to stop a one-yard gain if you've got a center that can snap it and a quarterback that can just run ahead for a yard. Notre Dame's got to make that shift.
First down, Curl handed off to the tailback, Tardif. He's trying to get around the left side, has a man to beat.
He's
Gets
gone.
around the corner, Tardif, one man able to catch him.
Oh, no.
Jeff Tardif brought down by Anthony Santostefano, but not before he picks up over 50 yards on the carry, takes it down inside the Notre Dame 20, first and 10 Centennial.
It's a good thing Anthony has some pretty good speed because the running back was gone. Got a nice block on the outside, made a real nice move on the corner, sprung it to the outside, took it upfield. Good looking sweep play.
Come on, guys, pack it up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 inside the 20 for the Cougars. Kerr, the give to Tardif. He tries to take it up the middle this time, brought down at the line. Rory McDonald there on the stop.
On this replay, you can see Tardif getting the ball, hitting the outside, and then just springing it out. Shed a tackle there, popped at the outside, now he's off to the races. Real nice run. Good looking running back right there. This is something different here, Jim. Twin right.
Second and 8 Centennial.
And they're passing.
Kerr's going to put it up.
It's wide open. Oh.
Wes Polston out of the backfield, in and out of his hands.
Hit him in a bad spot, Jim.
Brings up third down as Kerr misfires.
Right in the hands.
Kerr this time to give to Tardif. He's met right at the line.
I'll tell you what, that passing play was wide open. I think if they do spread their defense like that, that they can pass against Notre Dame unless the defense makes some type of adjustment.
Now a tough call for head coach Marty Mancuso as he is inside the 20-yard line. 4th down, 8 to go for the first down. It appears they're going to set up for the field goal. Kerr to hold.
Blocking it.
That's blocked by the Irish.
Ball.
Loose ball. Kerr will pick it up and hang on.
All right.
To save any further disaster happening on that play as the kick is blocked by the Irish.
Now you had
They'll
about,
take over 1st and 10 just outside their own 20-yard line.
you had about 3 or 4 players busting through the line there. What's not happening is Centennial's not blocking the inside gap, and it allowed specifically number 9 to get through there, although he wasn't the one who blocked the punt. There was a couple of kids that jumped right in through the line.
Rory McDonald, one of the players through for the Irish. Still no score here in the first quarter. The Irish will have their second chance on offense.
I got something for you.
Ryan Ravizolo, setters under center. This time the gives to Stefano. He gets around the corner, diving ahead for more yards. Strong run there by Stefano.
Nice run, and I'm not sure if you saw that number 44 comes running off the field after the blocked field goal, came in late, didn't see that, didn't hear the play, didn't hear what the count was, and they ran right behind him. Kid must be some athlete.
Second down for the Irish.
Slot back reverse. Inside. Saw it
Hands
coming.
off to Steve Smith, right side. One man can catch him.
No, sir.
Evan Hollingsworth
He's
was
gone.
the only one who had a shot, but Steve Smith on the second down
I think
run.
what I saw, backside, the referee looking back, we could have an illegal block.
A late flag comes down right around the Centennial 35. You can hear the Irish coaching staff not happy.
No need for that penalty. There was no one close to the ball carrier. Ouch. That hurts.
A 2nd and 1 carry. But Steve Smith ran for a touchdown.
And that's
They'll mark the foul at the spot of the infraction, so instead of the touchdown, the Irish now working 1st and 10 from the Centennial 30.
You hate to take points off the board, Jim. I mean, a penalty like that's a needless penalty.
Gives to Stefano, met at the line. Dives ahead for a couple.
He's doing a great job of following his blockers. All he's doing is just letting everything develop in front of him and just tucking in behind him and going for positive yardage.
Late goings of the first quarter as the flag is up. Irish have the ball, 2nd down and 4. Stefano picked up 6 on that last carry. This time they fake the give. Ravizolo's got the keeper on the left side.
Duck your head.
Couple of nice moves for the touchdown as Ryan Ravizolo hangs in with that play. Looked as though he was brought down a couple of times.
Real athletic move, Jim. Faked inside. They've been running the power, running the lead all day long. He decides this time to keep the ball, runs outside, the corner bit inside, looked inside, stepped around him, made 2 real nice moves, powered himself into the quarterback. Real athletic move.
Extra point attempt Ryan Nava.
It's good.
Up and through, so the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame take an early 7-0 lead. Compliments of a great quarterback keeper by Ryan Ravizolo. They faked the run right. He took it to the left side, and as you said, Terry, bit on a couple of key blocks there, got around them and into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what they did is they've set that play up right from the opening drive. Is when they started run and lead, then they would run power. Two backs hitting the hole, quarterback just giving the ball away. This time it looked exactly the same. They set it up nicely. Everybody's going inside. He pops it outside. Real nice looking quarterback. That makes the penalty a lot more forgivable. Whoever that was that got the penalty should be over there hugging his quarterback right now.
So the Irish are set to kick it off. Late goings here of the first quarter. They lead the ball game 7-0 on that Ryan Ravizolo touchdown.
It's going to go
Miguel
out.
Johnson and Steve Robinson are the deep backs. It goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
So move it back and do it again.
To Robson's side, they'll try it all over again.
I don't know if you've noticed, Jim, but the back wedge is huge. You've got number 66 back there. If they ever get those guys running and you can get your speed people behind those guys, you can really create a seam up through the middle here and hopefully break something. People on kickoff team always hate it when a kicker kicks it out of bounds. You're sprinting down there, you got a 60-yard sprint, somebody's hitting you, and then you got to do it again without making a tackle.
Miguel Johnson is the deep back to the left, far side. Steve Robson. Nava set to kick it off. Straight down the middle. Miguel Johnson will pick it up behind the wall.
Oh, follow your blocks.
Tried to break it to the right side as the wedge went left.
I'm talking about that wedge and how big they are, and then he cuts it outside of the biggest people on the field. Too bad. He's got to be a little bit more patient in there.
Great open field tackle by the Irish on Johnson. So the Centennial Cougars will work 1st and 10. Just inside their own 30, call it the 28.
Twin left. Coming back to a balanced formation. And nothing there.
Kerr hands it off to Tardif, the tailback.
And again, what you've got happening there, Jim, is number 58 is just burying his head in there, not getting driven back into his linebackers, just creating a pile. Running back just ran right into the pile.
That's the end of the first quarter. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame lead the Centennial Cougars 7-0 on a touchdown run by quarterback Ryan Ravizolo. 7-0 Notre Dame. Second quarter just about set to start. Centennial Cougars start 2nd and 8 inside their own territory.
Whoops.
Kerr maybe throws off the cadence a little bit as he's calling out his play.
Be interesting to see who moved here.
Offside on the Irish.
Well, if you're going to go offside, Jim, you may as well go all the way, which he did.
Appeared to be Steve Valovich that jumped the gun.
He's playing out of that nose tackle position.
Kerr's going to put it up.
Oh, my.
Miguel Johnson along in the backfield. One man to beat. Steve Smith loses the ball and then falls on it. Miguel Johnson picks up 30 yards on the catch. Moves the ball to the Irish 41.
Real nice play. Receiver ran out 15 yards, cut in on the post, and what you see is a real nice catch. Here you've got the throw, a little bit of a duck. Real nice touch on it, mind you. Receiver makes a real nice play. He's got to hang on to the ball. He should have been gone on that. Got the lead.
Hands it off to Tardif, and he's met in the backfield abruptly by Rory McDonald. Makes the stop.
All right.
Knocks Tardif for a 2-yard loss.
It doesn't matter when you go offside. You come right back a play later, 2 plays later, and make that kind of a play. I think what he's doing is he's anticipating trying to beat the center, and this time it really paid off for him.
Sure, this time pitch to Tardif, right side.
He's got the corner.
Chased out of bounds by Neil Godet. McDonald in there a little late, no flag.
All corners are assigned to turn the play inside. You can't leave your feet. If you're coming up to make a tackle, you've got to get in a position to drive the running back inside. And what happened there, they had 2 chances to make the tackle. Both of them had an outside shade on the running back. A skilled player can hurdle that and still get the corner.
7-yard carry for Tardif, 3rd and 4 for the Cougars.
Reverse.
Miguel Johnson left
right
side.
Oh, nice.
And a good job to read the play by Rory McDonald.
He read that play right from the very start. I'm not sure what he's keying on, but I mean, as he's right in the middle, playing middle linebacker. He bumps up to the nose tackle on short yardage. Going to have a look again here. Reverse is coming, and middle linebacker's right there. He was going nowhere. Excellent open field tackle.
You saw Trevor Cummings getting outside, not able to get a block on McDonald. He gets in and drops Johnson for the loss. 4th down. The Centennial Cougars will go for it.
Twin right.
Kerr's
This is
gonna
their
put it
passing
up.
formation. Gets it away.
Again, gets the ball off to West Polston. Can't hang on. The Cougars will turn it over on downs. The Irish take the ball, leading 7-0.
Now, Jim, I'm looking at Wes here, and it looks he's got a big pad on his hand. I'm not sure if he's got a broken hand or what. I'm just taking a look at that large pad on him. That's difficult to catch a ball when you're wearing a pad like that.
Not often you'll see a running back or anybody that handles a ball wearing padding like that on their hands or forearms. It tends to get in the way.
And it was a nice looking play again. Screen out to him, just a delayed slot back screen. He was wide open, could have got some positive yardage.
Ravizolo hands off. Appeared as though Tim Ravizolo had the carry.
Picked up 4 on that, running straight ahead.
Second down for Notre Dame.
Got a reverse coming here. Inside trap.
Steve Smith picks up the ball. A couple of nice moves to get around the corner. Brought down with authority by Evan Hollingsworth.
And again, that's that inside reverse to the slot back. It worked last time for the touchdown that came back. And we'll get a look on it here again. Handing it off inside. Oh, big 66 should have made that tackle. He was there. At least he made the play. He made the running back bend his angle, and then the defensive backs could come up and make the play. So good adjustment after they saw it once.
3rd down. Call it 3 for the Irish.
Straight ahead. 3rd man carrying.
Santo Stefano gets it through.
And again, he just got tripped up by the defensive lineman who's not getting pushed back, just creating a hole.
Now, depending on the spot, close to a first down, they'll bring in the chains.
Oh, this is awfully close.
Third down carry for Santo Stefano. He gets it close to the first-yard marker.
Just short.
4th and inches for the Irish at their own 45.
So here we go. Quarterback keeper on the tap.
Ravizolo keeps it himself. He'll plunge forward for the first down.
And what you have there again, Jim, is you have the Centennial Cougars standing around, not getting set in a 4-point stance, ready for the snap. They all know what's on the tap. They all know what play is coming. The problem is you've got to be ready and ready to attack. You can't be sitting back like that. That was an easy first down.
So Ravizolo starts with a new set of downs, 1st and 10 from his own 47. Steve Smith in motion to the left side.
Pass.
Puts it up to Smith out in the flat. Chased down from behind. Tom Asseltine makes the stop, but not before Smith picks up about 8 yards, 7-8 yards on the carry.
For the first down? Nope. And what the defensive back has to do there, Jim, he has to maintain when this running back, when this slot back comes in motion, defensive back has to try to stay outside of him. Because he's going to come out for a reason. He's got the momentum to the outside. That's where he's going to be running the play, to the out.
Second call at 4.
Reverse inside again, this time to 80.
Ryan Nava on the left side tries to get around the corner. He'll be dragged down by Derek Stonier, but not before he picks up the first down. The Irish now working with the ball on Centennial side of the field.
You see, Jim, that's a really nice looking play. They get everybody going one way, and then they come back. All you need is for the backside linebacker to take a step inside. You can get a seal with a blocker, and then he's sprung to the outside. It got called back on a touchdown. Cougars made a nice read on it the previous time, and then this time, another big gainer. It's a difficult one to stop.
1st and 10 as Ravizolo hands off. Joe Sorrenti plunging forward.
Boy, it's tough to stop. They got 3 big running backs, 2 are blockers, the 3rd one carrying the ball. That's really hard to stop that for a couple of yards.
Four yards for Sorrenti, 2nd and 6. Quick give to Tim Ravizolo this time. Straight up the middle.
And you can see what a bruiser he is. I mean, he was met in the hole, knocked his man down, and just powered ahead for another 3. That kid is a bull.
He gets it to the Centennial 35. You need the 33 for the first down. Five minutes remaining here in the first half. Notre Dame up 7-0 and on the march. Ravizolo's going to put it up.
Nice play action fake.
It's Santo Stefano out in the flat. Good for the first down. And the Irish move it down inside the 30, down to the 24.
Nicely set up play, Jim. They're running the power. They're running the lead plays, 3 or 4 plays in a row. Quarterback fakes it, pulls it back again, and just throws the short pass, high percentage pass, out into the flat. Real nice looking play. What that play action does is it freezes the linebackers, makes them step up to play the run, and then the running back gets behind them.
First down as the Irish have looked impressive on this drive. Ravizolo's going to put it up,
middle.
going for the end zone.
Jump ball.
Touchdown!
And again, what you've got there is a designed play. They've got the tallest person they've got on their team at tight end, runs down, throws up a jump ball.
Emilio Presti, number 88, makes the grab.
Nice play. That's what you call utilizing your strengths. You got a tall kid that can jump, can catch. He's got really nice hands, probably a basketball player. Quarterback just has to lay it up. He's going to out-jump a lot of the smaller defensive backs.
Ryan Nava on for the extra point. Nava knocks it through and gives the Irish a 14-0 lead. Touchdown, the first one in the first quarter by Ryan Ravizolo on the quarterback keeper. This time a 24-yard pass from Ravizolo to Emilio Presti. And the Irish now lead it 14-0. Very late goings of the first half.
So once again, you got the quarterbacks dropping back, and all he's doing is just laying the ball up. Puts it up, real nice touch on the ball. Tight end is down in position, just running a fly pattern. Out jumps everybody for 6 points. Real nicely executed play.
Nava will kick it off from his own 45-yard line. Again, Johnson and Robson are the deep men. Johnson can't handle the kick. Picks it up, falls loose, and the Irish have it. Miguel Johnson, instead of falling on the loose ball, picks it up, tried to run with it and had it knocked loose by the Irish pressure. Their offense now put on the field with a 14-0 lead and inside the Centennial 20-yard line.
All I can say on that, Jim, is ouch. You know, how many times have you seen when a running back doesn't feel the kick in the air? It does crazy things. You have a difficult time because all you can hear is everybody running down the field, grunting and groaning, and if they want to rip your head off, you bobble the ball.
Let's go downstairs quickly to Jeff Juradat.
Thanks very much, Jim. Obviously a very quiet sideline on the Centennial side. Big plays have hurt them, just as that last play they fumbled on the kickoff. Marty Mancuso just waiting for his team to get a big play as well. They feel they can get back in the game, but obviously not a very warm reception for Division I football to Centennial. Jim?
The Irish lead it 14-0 and go back to work on offense. Ravizolo's going to go for the end zone again. Nice catch in the corner. Ryan Nava, led perfectly by Ravizolo, has now given the Irish a 20-0 lead. Nava will now kick the extra point on his own touchdown.
Just running the fly pattern. Again, quarterback lays the ball up. What a fantastic touch he's got on the ball today. Conditions are perfect. There is no wind. Field is dry. His hands are just working for him. And now he goes out to block for the extra point. So not only is he a skilled quarterback, looks like he wants to get in a few shots as well.
Nava hammers that one home as well. He's 3 for 3 on extra points this afternoon as the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame have taken a 21-0 first half lead over the Centennial Cougars.
Well, that's capitalizing on your turnovers. Boy, what a costly mistake that was. Ouch. Here we go. Got a little bit of an adjustment. The wedge is moving up a bit. That way, the tailbacks get a chance to see the ball a little bit better.
Miguel Johnson to the left side, guilty of fumbling away that last kickoff. Has probably the biggest player on the Cougars team in front of him in his wedge in number 66, Trevor Weeks.
That's right. He should just follow that Weeks down the field.
This time they go to the right side. Robson will field it.
Behind your wedge.
Has a couple of blockers. Gets around the corner before he's dragged down in front of his own sideline.
That's pretty good. That's a good return and a real nice tackle coming across. Good play both ways.
Now the Centennial Cougars back on offense. Not a lot of time remaining here in the first half.
They're on their 30. Look out.
Put it up and sacked in the backfield. Loose ball picked up by the Irish.
And he's gone. He's not gone. He tripped.
Tripped over the 5, down inside the 5. Number 58 on the recovery, Brad Noyes.
And again, what you had there, Jim, is you had your backside corner unaccounted for on the pass. Just ran in untouched. Your poor quarterback is just hung out to dry on a play like that. All he hears is probably about the last 3 steps, a little grunt before he's going to be hit, and he knows what's coming. You have about an ignosecond, and you can feel it. He's feeling it, and all of a sudden the hair on the back of your neck stands up. The best thing for you to do is to tuck the ball away, because you know you're going to get hit. 2 costly turnovers. Let's see, this would be a really big boost if Centennial could stop them right here before the half ends.
The Irish with an opportunity maybe to put this game away. Nava split left. Smith is the receiver on the right side. Gained the 3 big bruising backs in the backfield. Tries to hit Ravizolo in the flat and overthrew him. They're knocking on the door now. 2nd and goal. Santos Stefano bowls his way over the goal line. Touchdown. Anthony Santos Stefano.
Those 3 kids are going to be so difficult to stop. They're all very big. They run square, and they also run north-south. And what I mean by that is they're always heading upfield. If you're going to take them down, you're in for a lick. Bad snap. You've got a fire situation. Get the quarterback out. Give it to him. Oh.
Steve Smith, the holder on the point after attempt, almost had quarterback Ryan Ravizolo in the end zone.
A little bit slower on the touchdown. Got a chance to take a look at it again. And again, all you've seen is just a 3rd man powering through. One person isn't going to take down either one of these 3 running backs. They're just too big, too strong, and I tell you what, they are bulls. So once again, the best worked out team in the first half is Notre Dame's kickoff team. Centennial needs something positive for them to happen. Getting some confidence coming back into the second half. Momentum is so shifted towards Notre Dame right now.
27-0, the Irish lead it. Nava kicks it away.
Whoops.
It's loose and they fall on it. Trevor Cummings will cover up for the Cougars.
And again, that's one of the dangers of having a lot of your big men in the flying wedge. Sure, you get a lot of positive size. However, what you lack is on short kicks that go not beyond the wedge. These big men are used to hitting people. Their arms are usually wrapped up. They're not used to holding on to the ball. What you saw there is a fumble, and again, as we know on a kickoff, the ball is live. That could cost him sometime.
Aaron Kerr will settle under center. Let's get Tardif and Polston in the backfield. Tardif in motion. They give it to Polston up the middle. He's stopped by Neil Godet.
He's running hard. Jim, if he would just run and hit the hole and keep going through the hole instead of dancing as soon as he gets past the hole, I'm sure he would have broken for a few more positive yards.
Johnson in motion.
And the counter.
Fake it to Polston, give it to Tardif, and he's met in the backfield. Brought down by Rory McDonald.
And Rory is a force out there. They put him down in nose tackle. They move him back to middle linebacker. I mean, he really is some kind of football player.
Third and a long 9 for Kerr. He throws one up outside. Steve Robson unable to settle under. Fourth down for the Cougars as Kerr comes out. Rudy Chavez enters the game.
And again, a real nice pass. The receiver's got to do a little bit of work on his patterns. He bent it inside so that he could break it again outside. He just bent it inside a little bit too far. The ball was there. Had he run the fade, and what that's called is a fade pattern, had he run that properly, he probably would have beat the defender on that play. Can't bend inside too far.
Rudy Chavez to punt it away for the Centennial Cougars as Trevor Weeks will snap the ball. Low snap. Chavez picks it up late and is dropped in the backfield. There he is, big number 9, Rory McDonald, with another big play for the Irish.
Well, defensive player of the game, I'd say Rory is coming up with a lot of very, very big plays. That play was doomed from the start. The snap was low, it was off center. Also, it looked like the punter was only about 7 or 8 yards deep instead of customary 12 yards, which makes it a lot easier for these Bulls to just power their way in a bull rush straight through. Oh, I stand corrected. The snap wasn't too bad. Punter just bobbled the ball, and then, yeah, he's in trouble. He made a good job of just burying it.
Well, Greg Balovich has come in to quarterback the Irish offense for at least the remainder of this second half, and on the first play from scrimmage, the Irish give up the football. Trevor Weeks there, big number 66 for the Cougars to make the recovery.
What happened there, Jim? I was doing the replay.
It appeared as though the give off the handoff, again, a new quarterback, Greg Balovich, into the game, hit the line, and the ball that was knocked loose, Centennial able to cover up.
And you see that time and time again. And if this kid's going to come in, he's got to go over to his center and get a few exchanges so that that doesn't happen in the second half.
Aaron Kerr back to work for the Cougars, trailing 27-0. Tardif right side. Tries to get out and around the corner and is run out of bounds by Santo Stefano.
Oh, took a bunch of spectators with him there as well. Nice looking sweep play. I see the minute flag is now up. What did he get? Got about 4 yards in that. Defense is doing a real good job of stringing out the running back, not allowing him to cut upfield, taking him over to the sideline.
Watch those ends, Reggie. 1 minute.
Kerr hands the ball to Polston. They fake it, swing it out to Tardif, and he can't hang on. Steve Valovich there in coverage.
That's 3 passes that Centennial Cougars have dropped that I feel that if they had caught those 3 passes that they could have done, especially the 2 before this previous one, could have done a lot more in terms of field position. Those 3 passes could have been the difference between them being so far down and perhaps being in this game.
Third and short for the Cougars. They need to get the ball to their own 30-yard line. Fumble in the backfield. Johnson there to cover up. 4th down, it'll set the Cougars even farther back into their own territory.
And I don't know where the mix-up was there. It just didn't look like that the fake handoff to the running backs with the slot back coming back on the reverse was working from the beginning.
What was a short 3rd and 3 now becomes 4th and 11. We'll get a chance to see the punter, Rudy Chavez, once again, see if they can get that snap worked out a little better this time. Trevor Weeks is the long snapper. Again, a short drop for Chavez. This time it's on the money, and McDonald almost there to block it. Picked up by Santostefano. He's going to try and get it to the corner. Breaks a couple of tackles and picks up a few yards. Less than a minute to play in this first half. The Irish leading 27-0.
Boy, Centennial playing with fire, having their punter that close. As you saw, again, Ryan almost blocked that. He had just missed blocking that play again. He might want to just take the center, drive him back into the punter, and we'll see if we can get a J5B suppository on one of the linemen.
Greg Valovich, the new quarterback for the Irish. A couple of new backs in the backfield as well. This time they give it to Nat Mastroianni, and he's met at the line. Trevor Cummings with the stop. Picked up a little help there from Jarrett Risto.
And they're still playing inspired defense. I mean, these guys aren't, they're down a lot of points. However, they've still got a whole half to play. It's just a matter of a few dropped balls in key strategic areas, and they can be right back in this game again.
This time's to give to the tailback, Rotella. Rob Rotella working hard, but Trevor Weeks there for the stop.
Big Trevor Weeks.
And that's the end of the first half, as the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame have taken a 27-0 halftime lead. Touchdowns by quarterback Ryan Ravizolo, as well as Emilio Presti with that leaping catch in the end zone. Then Ryan Nava found in the corner. That made it 21-0 before Anthony Santostefano buried one into the corner of the end zone. Ryan Nava missing the extra point on that late touchdown in the second quarter. 27-0. The Irish lead it. Terry, are you surprised to see this big of a score at the half?
Yeah, I'm always surprised to see 27 and then nothing. Yeah, 3 touchdowns. Notre Dame is going to score. They have the 3 big running backs. They have a nice-looking quarterback who's got a good arm. They have a tight end that make it very difficult for anybody who's under 6 feet to cover. And they also have some nice running backs that got some speed and can catch. As we saw in the couple of catches, I like their number 12 slot back. He can run with the ball. He's got really good speed. And I think that the defensive Cougars are doing a heck of a good job of containing them so far. Where Centennial's breaking down is their offense. They just need to catch the ball, to execute a little bit better, and to get a little bit of momentum. I think if they can start by perhaps kicking off, or else, no, I would say, yeah, kickoff, because it hasn't worked very much for them on their receiving team.
What's got to change in the second half?
Second half, I think they just have to execute a little bit better. They have to make the catches, and I'm hoping that the coaches over there saying, listen, fellas, it's a couple of plays that's just keeping us out of being competitive in this game. I think it's nothing to do with the fact that it's their first year in the league. They should have been in our league a couple of years already. It's nice to have them up here. They can play. They're just dropping too many balls.
At the half, it is Notre Dame 27, Centennial nothing. We'll send it downstairs for Jeff Juradat and earlier highlights here on the athletic department.
Thanks very much, Jim. Well, high school football has just started recently. So has girls basketball. Just behind me in the Centennial gym, the senior girls AAA tip-off tournament is taking place, and we caught some highlights earlier last week. season of high school girls basketball. We also had the opportunity to head out to Eastdale High School last week to see Eastdale versus Port High, and these are the highlights that we came up with. Eastdale hosts Port High in the season opener, and both teams are hungry for a win. Port opens the scoring in the second quarter with this 35-yard pass and run to Dan St. John. Both teams experience problems with the kicking game. The extra point fails, and the Blue Bears take an early 6-0 lead. Move on to the third quarter with the score all tied up at 6. Eastdale puts together a time-consuming drive, but a tough Port defense slams the door shut. Good penetration by Port's special teams then allows them to block a 17-yard field goal attempt. Who says chivalry is dead? Keep your eye on these young Port High students. Port later scored on an 80-yard touchdown run by Darrell Gardner. Eastdale had one last shot for the tie, but under a minute left and faced with a 4th and goal situation, the Eagles go to the air, but the ball is overthrown and Port Colborne re-enters the ranks of Division II, a hard-fought 12-6 victory. Well, there you saw some highlights from this past week in high school sports, and head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, Rick Raveskovich. You're putting some highlights together for your own first half. Did you envision it going this way?
No, we've been lucky. We've had the breaks. We've capitalized on some of the mistakes they made. They're tough on the line. We're not making a whole lot of yards on the inside ground game like I hope to expect. So we were lucky. We had a few guys open. Some of the individual players have made some really good plays and good runs. But other than that, they're a pretty tough football team in that inside. It's tough to run against them.
It's 27-0 right now at the half. What do you want to do in the second half to improve?
Well, I'd like to get some of the newer players playing. Some of the boys that played junior last year and are not our starters. So if I can get them and work on them, get them to execute the way we want them to, and because we have to increase our depth. We don't have any depth at all. So if we can get the kids some game experience, I think we could be a lot better in the future when the injuries start to hit us.
These two teams are separated by no more than a 5-minute drive. I guess it wasn't hard at all to get your team pumped up for today's game.
We haven't played Centennial now since I think the late 80s, and so the boys are look forward to playing the crosstown rivals, and it's good for football in Welland. I think Centennial's got an excellent football program. You can see with the numbers they have out. Team with Crosley. I'm very happy that they moved up to this division. I think they'll learn and they'll get better every game.
Rick, thanks very much. I'll let you get back with your team. I know you got a lot of work to do for the second half. That wraps it up here from down on the sidelines. Now let's go up for the second half. Here's Jim and Terry.
Welcome back. Second half action just about set to get underway as we see the Centennial Cougars kicking team for the first. Welcome back. Second half action just about set to get underway as we see the Centennial Cougars kicking team for the first time this afternoon. They trail at 27-0 to start the second half. I'm Jim Gould, joined by Terry Laney. Terry, the Centennial Cougars trying to get back into this football game.
And if they can start it off here, try to get a little momentum. Here we go. Oh, big number 64. If he would have made that tackle, he was anxious and ready to make a tackle.
Nat Mastriani on the carry for the Irish. Brings it up to about their own 35-yard line where they'll start 1st and 10 in the second half. Ryan Ravizolo back in at quarterback for the Irish.
There you go.
Hand off to Stefano, plunges ahead for a couple.
Once again, what Centennial needs right now is defense to give them some type of a spark. They just need a big play, a turnover, create a turnover. I mean, it's going to be difficult to do, stripping these big backs of that ball, but that's what they need to do, and field position like this would really help them out.
Second down and 9. Ravizolo's going to put it up. Far side, looking for Steve Smith, overthrew him. That'll bring up 3rd down.
And it was real good coverage right there. Centennial dropped back, picked up everybody, and I think what happened is the quarterback purposely overthrew him rather than give up the interception.
That presents a 3rd and long for the Irish. Probably at this time not really too concerned with their field position at this point, leading 27-0.
Passing again, got the out.
Ravizolo has Presti. Is it enough for the first down? It'll depend on the spot. Presti made the catch right on the 45-yard line, which is what they needed for a first down. Yes, it is. They'll move the chains. 1st and 10 for Notre Dame.
And once again, it's very difficult for a smaller man to be running off that number 88, especially when 88 gave the little push off. And I know the referee was kind of shielded between the defender and the receiver. However, I mean, I caught it. Hopefully defensive back will be able to not let that happen to him again. You can't get pushed off to by these receivers. Third man through,
Give it to
outside.
Stefano. He plunges forward to the 55 midfield.
Cougars just have to do a better job of wrapping up on the tackles. There's no way that you're gonna, if you're gonna miss a tackle on these guys or not be squared up, that you're gonna make the play.
Stefano carries ahead for 9. It's 2nd and 1.
And again, he bounces out. Actually, the form is real nice on the tackle. He let the guy get outside of him a little bit. Not a bad job.
3 big bruising backs for the Irish this year. Stefano, Ravizolo, and Sorrenti. This time they give it to Tim Ravizolo up the middle. Good for the first down. Takes it down to the Centennial 51.
And Weeks there, he's got a really nice lateral movement, and he's quick for being such a big man. Looks like he's got some equipment problems. So instead of going down on a knee, he just goes out, says, trainer, need a lounge chair here. Although he might be a little bit nicked. He's limping, but he's looking at his...
Looks as though his shoulder pads blew apart on the lace in the front.
I think so.
Big guy going both ways like that. The equipment gets a little worn. So he'll come out long enough probably just to relace his shoulder pads.
And they load up the middle with another large fella.
Trevor Cummings, number 62, will come in and take Weeks' place on the defensive line. 1st down and 10 for the Irish. Ravizolo fakes the handoff, chased into the backfield.
Boom.
Tried to hit Sorrenti coming out of the backfield on the screen, but Sorrenti wasn't looking for the pass.
I think what he saw was number 32 running up. Number 32 wasn't even concerned with the ball. He was going to go for the shot. Real nice defensive play.
And it was Kevin Beamer in the backfield for the Cougars that forced Ravizolo's hands and probably forced him to unload the ball a little early.
I think so. But, I mean, the running back should go for the ball. He's going to get hit anyway, so he may as well catch it.
Nava split wide to the left. Steve Smith on the near side. 2nd and 10. Now Nava in motion to the right. Hit Nava out in the flat. He's hit immediately as he catches the ball. Mike Barnett there on the stop.
And again, you have 4 Centennial players coming over to make the tackle. They're flying around. They're hoping to get back in the game by creating some kind of turnover.
Nava picks up 4 on the catch. That'll make it 3rd and 6 for the Irish.
And Weeks looks like he's got his equipment problems sorted out, so he's back in the game.
Good crowd on hand here for a Saturday afternoon game, a rarity in these parts. High school football on a weekend, but a Saturday afternoon game between the Irish and Centennial Cougars. Is Emilio Presti with a nice grab, but a flag down in the defensive backfield.
And what you've got is an ineligible person downfield. One of the linemen, for some reason, got themselves past the line of scrimmage, downfield. I honestly thought what they were going to call is that I thought they were going to call linebacker on defensive holding, something you don't see very often. However, what was happening is the tight end was coming out, trying to break out, and the linebacker grabbed him, and it looked like that's exactly where the official was standing.
Emilio Presti downfield offside, illegally downfield. He's the player who made the catch.
Now what happens there is if the tight end is going to be on the line, the wideout has to be back of the line. You can only have 7 people on the line of scrimmage all the way across. So a little, again, a mental mistake, a little communication mistake. The wideout should make the adjustment on that. He's looking inside to see what's going on in there.
That backs the Irish back onto their own side of the field. They'll operate from their own 51-yard line, 3rd and 16. Ravizolo's going to put it up. He's got it to Stefano on the left side. Breaks a couple of tackles. Anthony Stefano gets around the corner. Has enough for the first down as he takes it ahead for 25 yards. They needed 16 on the play.
And it's frustrating because Centennial, the linebacker, Kevin Beamer, was out there. He read the play. He just got blocked. Wasn't able to get through the block to make the play. Here you've got the replay. You can see it's diagnosed as a screen right from the beginning with a deep drop. Everybody's outside, and all you had is a weak tackling through. That wasn't Beamer. That must have been one of the other linebackers. And again, once that running back gets out into the open field, he is really difficult to stop.
First down and 10 for Notre Dame. 2 receivers to the right side. Ravizolo's going to put it up again. This time he looked for Nava, but finds Steve Smith underneath. Steve Smith breaking for the corner. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Not a bad second choice for your number 2 receiver. He wanted to go deep, pumped, pulled it back, and then just kind of little dink pass across the middle, and real nice catch and run.
Good job to hang on to the ball, too, as there was a lot of traffic in the pocket, but he kept his composure, stepped up and fired to Steve Smith. He runs it in the rest of the way. The Irish have now moved it up to 33-0.
Classic example of why coaches love large quarterbacks is that they can see over the line and they can see what's developing downfield. Again, a real athletic play by the quarterback. Real nice play.
Again, the Irish have trouble on the extra point. Smith's going to try and make the corner again and gets it in.
So that's right, 2-point play.
2-point conversion. That moves it up to 35-0 Notre Dame.
So it's not a bad job when your slot back comes up and scores 8 points for you. He's the kicker or the holder, and he also scored that touchdown. Real nice series of plays for him. $35-0. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame lead the Centennial Cougars. The final touchdown of the first half, that's scored by Anthony Stefano. The Irish missing the extra point. This time they pick up the 2-point conversion. Steve Smith both runs one in on the pass and catch and picks up the 2-point conversion to make it 35-0 Notre Dame. And it's nice that Smith did get that touchdown back, because if you can recall the first half, he had that one taken back by that illegal block on the reverse.
Nava boots it away.
Whoops.
Some interference from the officials is going to cause Steve Robson to have to pick it up in his own end zone. He's going to bring it out. Robson brings it out as far as the 5, but the Cougars in tough field position now. 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line.
Boy, when things go bad, do they go bad? Now you've got the officials working for Notre Dame here.
Robson tried to make a play on the ball, got caught up with the official.
And they give up tremendous field position here. So this is about the last thing, Jim, that the Centennial Cougars needed to start this deep.
They give it to Tardif on the left side. He's taken down right at the line. Maybe a yard or two on the carry.
There's just nothing there. I mean, he just created a pile and just ran straight into the pile. Understand you're trying to get yourself a little bit out of the shadow of the goalposts. However, Centennial may as well start opening it up. I mean, they've got nothing to lose right now.
Second down and 10. Again, they give it to Tardif, this time on the right side. Ball came loose, recovered by Cummings for the Cougars. So again, tough field position. They're working from inside their own 5.
It looks like they're around the 3-yard line.
Third down and 13 from their own 3. 3 wideouts. Check that too. Robson split to the right side. Kerr's going to put it up and is taken down in the end zone for the sack.
And the safety. So once again, Notre Dame blitzed the linebackers. They anticipated the pass. They blitzed the strong side linebacker, knowing that a right-handed quarterback is probably going to roll out to the right. Sure enough, he did, and they're in there for the sack. Got the replay here. You see, again, number 9 sneaking up. Here he comes, taking up everybody. He didn't get through, but everybody else did. Good looking blitz. We didn't get a real good shot at it, but a real nice blitz for the safety. So now Centennial comes up to the 35 and has to kick off.
Trailing 37-0.
They better hurry up before they get penalized on this. Taking too long. Here's the tee.
Kurt Ventnor will handle the kick for the Cougars.
That's got to be the league's biggest kicker, I would say.
Fielded at the Notre Dame 30 by number 80, Ryan Nava. Takes it up the middle, now tries to take it outside. Great open field hit as Jeff Marr.
And Nava being patient, letting his wedge form in front of it. As soon as it formed in front of it, though, he left it. If he would have just been a little bit more patient, let the blocks develop, and then look for a seam up front and straight ahead rather than out to the side. I mean, he took a good lick.
Nava picks up 15 on the return. Let's go downstairs to Jeff Jordat.
Thanks very much, Jim. I just had a talk with Marty Mancuso really quickly. He said 3 things. You can't turn the ball over against a team that's going to capitalize this easily. They're not being tough enough right now. Not only are they getting beat, but they're also getting beat up. And he said, lastly, this is just one big horror show. Jim?
The Irish set to go back to work on offense.
Talking about getting beat up, trying to stop those 3 backs all day. These linebackers are going to be in for a real nice night in the ice tub.
The Irish having gone to their second string backfield, Greg Valovich back in at quarterback.
And we've got an injury.
That's number 77, Jeff Servos for the Centennial Cougars, down in some pain.
He made a nice play. I mean, he's right in the middle of the play. However, I don't know if somebody stepped on him, he got rolled up on, or a lot of times what happens there is your own man falls down on top of you. We've got an ISO right on him, right in the middle. He's playing stand-up end. Comes across, making the play. I see. Probably rolled up on his ankle as he was pivoting. Just had himself a little bit too high. Wasn't able to make the play from being in the high position. Got to keep his feet moving, and he's got to stay low. But he's off the field. He's walking off the field. He'll be fine.
Able to make his way off the field under his own power for all intents and purposes.
Even
little assistance from the trainer.
Even stopped to pick up a quarter or something like that on the field.
2nd and 10 for the Irish. Valovich rolls to the right.
Oh.
Swings a nice pass out to Rob Rotella as he breaks it free down the right side before he's driven out of bounds. Tardif and Mike Barnett there on the stop for the Cougars.
Now, I'm not sure what this penalty is going to be, Jim. Did you see anything? I almost think I saw a procedure play. Someone may have moved inside. Offside. All right.
Offsides
so
on the Irish.
I did see somebody jump. Again, what they're running here is they've got a twin right, and all they're doing is just flooding the zone, trying to get more receivers, and you've got defenders in, and the quarterback just lays it into whoever he can read that's open. It's a real nice read for a young quarterback because he's got people in different layers. He's got people at 5 yards, 10 yards, and 15 yards, and they're all in the same eyesight for him, in the same range of his vision for him, so he can make a decision on the run.
Should Valovich throw again this time, he's going to need somebody in that 15-yard range as it's 2nd and 15 on the penalty.
And once again, the defender has to make the tackle. Centennial is in coverage, and they're playing it not too bad. It being a flood pattern and all, they have to come up and make the tackle. Got a sweep coming here.
Valovich kicks it out in behind to Nat Mastroianni. He'll bring it around the right side. Gain of about 8. Another flag down on the play.
And once again, what we've got is we've got offside again. When you get your second stringers in there, there's a lot of time there's confusion. It's a classic example of what these guys have to do, and they're not a regular, is pay attention. Otherwise, you get plays like this negated all the time, and it just makes for animosity.
Just a reminder, next week in the Rogers Athletic Department, we're at A.N. Myers. The A.N. Meyer Marauders will host Holy Cross next Friday afternoon. Also, any coaches that would like their team scores to appear at halftime on the athletic department, call them in, please. It's 735-1016. That's area code 905-735-1016. 2nd and 20 for the Irish, and flags everywhere as Tardif ends up in the backfield.
He was looking to take a handoff. He says, I don't like it anymore. I'm going to knock somebody down, take the ball. Yeah, he's trying to convince the officials that he was drawn offside, but they're not buying it.
Check that, it wasn't Tardif, it was 68 Rob Pooley in there early.
Well, after he jumped, and he decided, okay, I've got to convince the officials that there was a reason while I was back there.
Still 2nd down for the Irish, now 2nd and 15. Valovich swings it out in behind. Nat Mastroianni on the carry. He's taken down deep. Again, another flag on the play.
Now, I'm not sure what that I'm probably assuming here that the pulling guard, yeah, holding once again.
Under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Seen a little frustration on the play of some of the Centennial players at the end of that play, rough play. They'd be well advised that if they do get an ejection, that they are once again removed for the next game as well. Could costly penalty. It's also a 25-yard penalty this year.
Huge yardage needed by the Irish on third down, 3rd and 20 plus. As Valovich hangs one up in the air and it's caught. Doug Fox streaking down the right sideline will take it into the end zone. And a flag on the play, holding against the offense that's going to come all the way back.
Jim, a ball like that should never be caught. I don't know what the defenders are doing on that. The problem is a lot of times when you get young defensive backs is that they sit and wait for the ball to come down and then they go out and make the tackle. Rather than saying, hey, the ball is in the air, I have as much right to it as anybody else, and go up and get it.
Greg Valovich hung one up in the air and Doug Fox settled underneath to make a nice catch and run. But the holding call at the line will bring it all the way back.
Quarterback sets up nice, and we don't get a chance to see the fall duck coming down. But there it is, and receiver just runs underneath it, and then he's gone. But it's coming back. This series is being good for field position for the Centennial Cougars.
3rd and 29. By best estimations, the ball on the Notre Dame 25-yard line. They need to get it to the 54 for a first down.
And I think what's happening is some of these second-string offensive linemen are having a really difficult time containing the front four of Centennial, because they are big, tough kids.
Valovich going to put it up again. More flags on the play as Valovich scrambles loose. He's hit it about the original line of scrimmage.
How did he get away from Weeks?
Procedure penalty again against the Irish offense.
To just hold on to the ball, get what he can on that. I mean, it's a broken play. There's nobody downfield. You're being chased. May as well run.
4th down, the Irish will be forced to punt. It'll be interesting to see whether they can even punt it for the first down.
Yeah, that is a heck of a punt. And again, if I was Centennial, I would think that I would try to block this. Well, you've got nothing to lose. You're going to get real nice field position. Put one man back, put 11 people up front, and just go for the ball.
Steve Robson and Jeff Tardif take up positions at their own 50-yard line, getting ready to field this punt from Anthony Santostefano.
Now, Jim, this is an interesting formation they've got set up. They have 2 people on side. They're behind the punter, so they're eligible. The ball is live for them. So I'm thinking that they don't have a lot of confidence. Broken play.
Santostefano with the carry gets the ball up near the 45-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but on 4th down, just as good as a punt.
Oh, yeah, and it was close. I mean, a broken play, Centennial, a loss contained. You've got to maintain your contain, not allowing anybody to get outside of you that's got the ball. Force everything inside to where you got your big men, they can make the play. Broke contain, and again, once again, their tailback is their punter. They know he's got good speed. You have to account for that. Otherwise, I mean, they were only a few yards away from picking up that first down. That would have been devastating for Centennial.
And now the Cougars with a very tight offensive formation. They'll pitch it to Tardif, sweep the right side. Almost caught in the backfield. He's trying to get around the corner.
Again, real nice play by the outside linebacker, making Tardif bend outside and take it all the way out. And again, he's stringing it out. Defensive back, it allows them a chance to get upfield and run the person out of bounds.
And with all of that running, still a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11.
They have to do a better job of slowing up the people at front so that the running back can reach the corner and turn upfield before going outside.
2nd and 11.
Split formation, pass, and
they give it to Polston up the middle.
All right, very good.
That's the end of the third quarter, with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame leading 37-0. They led it 27-0 at the half. A touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a safety during the third has given the Irish a 37-0 lead. Fourth quarter action just underway here on the Rogers Community 10 Athletic Department. The Centennial Cougars hosting the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and being very gracious hosts, as the Irish have come in and taken a 37-0 lead into the fourth quarter.
I don't think that's what they were trying to do, and they're going to be gracious. That wasn't their intent. It looks like they're just content with just running up the middle here. They're trying to establish some kind of field position and set up their passing game, perhaps.
4th and 3. And they're going to go for it on 4th down. Tardif and Polston, the running backs. They give it to Polston, and he's met right at the line. Stopped on the play by Justin Gaucher, number 44.
Jim, it's not a good sign when your right offensive tackle is standing 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure what happened there because I was watching the ball. However, I see his hands on his hips. He's standing behind the line of scrimmage. A lot of times plays don't go very well if that's happening in your offensive line.
Got to give your offense at least the opportunity to get back to the line of scrimmage. You can't do that when you're 2 yards deep of it.
Well, I mean, the defense is 1 yard back from you anyway. You've got to reestablish the line of scrimmage. And I understand that these guys are going both ways, and I understand it's the first game of the season, so they are a little bit tired. But I mean, it's in the fourth quarter here. These guys have to suck it up if they want to at least break this shutout.
Greg Valovich remains in at quarterback for the Irish. The give is up the middle to Ed O'Neill. He'll pick up a couple on the carry, bring up 2nd down.
Timing's a little bit off. You've got your second string people in there, and as you can see, the quarterback had to be pretty quick to get it into as the fullback took off just about a half second too soon.
They give it to Mastriani.
And once again, timing seems to be all off. The quarterback isn't taking the ball cleanly. He's bobbling it. It's coming off of his hands. He still has to do some work, and he should be doing it when the defense is on, off to the side.
Let's send it downstairs to Jeff Giordad, who's on the sideline.
Thanks very much, Jim. On the Notre Dame's last possession, there was a lot of offside flags. The reason for that is because they had a double-stack tight end on the far side, and Notre Dame doesn't have the right numbers for the players, so they did not know that they had to report to the referee, so that was the problem behind that. There wasn't really offside. The wrong man was just lined up. Jim?
Well, on 3rd down, Valovich fires off to the right side. Doug Fox unable to make the catch. Sets up 3rd and 8 for Notre Dame. Chances are, with a shutout on the line, we'll see the punting unit come out. They've got the ball at their own 37. Now Valovich goes from being quarterback to snapper. He'll move to the center position on the long snap. Anthony Santostefano there to set to kick it away. This time he does, and not a very good kick at all.
12 is onside, so he can take that ball, which he does. Picks it up. He's cutting across. He's gone. precisely why. Yeah, that's a touchdown, Jim. That's a touchdown. When I alluded to those two guys standing behind the punter before, now they are onside, so they can recover a ball. And a lot of times you see that formation when it's windy out, and the ball can do crazy things in the air, and a lot of times it doesn't go too far. You send out two wide men, two of your fastest people, to be down there. They don't have to respect the 5-yard rule. They can pick up the ball. That's executed as well as it can be. Centennial, though, didn't pick up on it, knowing that situation. Bad play on them, great play for Notre Dame. However,
not really a great play, as the officials have signaled the flag against the Irish, so they'll bring it all the way back.
So that's 2 touchdowns now Steve Smith has had called back on, and both real nice catches and runs for him.
The Irish back on offense. They turn the ball over. Number 60, Josh Sekel, into the backfield, dives on the loose ball.
And once again, Jim, quarterback didn't take the ball cleanly from center. He was bobbling. He was holding on to the back of the ball, tried to shove it into the tailback's gut, couldn't get it in there. It was turned over. Centennial ball.
So the Irish retained the ball on what I'm guessing was an illegal block. They got the ball at the 45. First play from scrimmage from there. Fumble in the backfield. Sekel there to cover it up. So now the Centennial Cougars start 1st and 10 from their own 45.
Passing formation, but
gives to Tardif through the middle, and Neil Gaudette giving absolutely no room.
Tell you what, the Centennial coaches and I are just not on the same pages. I'm calling pass, he's running. I'm hoping I don't have to coach against this guy, because I'll guess wrong every time.
Second and 8 for the Cougars.
Pretty late substitution. Oh, referee called them off. Notre Dame calls a timeout. I think they are a man short out here.
Yes, they were a one-man short. Rob Rotella checks in.
Already? And since timeouts are really not going to be something that they're going to need at the end of the game, defensive captain burned one, not a problem.
Save yourself a penalty and possibly shortening up this 7 yards that Centennial needs for a first down.
Well, it's always Murphy's Law, too. The person that's not there, that's not reported, for some reason the offense cues in on that, and the ball always goes there. And if you're short a man, it's going to cost you. Notre Dame right now is probably playing for the shutout. I mean, that's what's motivating them to play hard.
Second down and 8 for Aaron Kerr. This time the gives to Polston, and he's dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Rory McDonald continues to have a strong game on that defensive front four. Just pounds Polston into the ground.
And he wasn't fooled at all by the counter. He played it honestly, slid over, made the play, read it perfectly, and made the tackle.
Third down. As Kerr hands it off to Tardif, left side. And again, Rory McDonald there to make the stop.
And again, what they're running there, Jim, is they're just trying to run a little misdirection play, almost like a draw, hoping that the linebacker is going to go with the motion and then cut back against the grain, going for some yardage. Again, I don't know where number 9 is coming in for McDonald. He's coming out of the MAC linebacker, the middle linebacker situation. Skilled football player. can play on the nose, really nice and quick. When he drops back to linebacker, can read his keys, and he's really reacting nicely.
Centennial going for it, 4th and 5. Kerr fakes to give to Tardif. He'll put it up in the air, and it's knocked down. A batted ball. Nick DiGaetano got his hands up there to knock it down. The Cougars turn the ball over on downs. 1st down and 10, Notre Dame.
And again, Nick almost had that ball stuck in his face mask. Didn't have to jump. Did what a good defensive lineman should do. He takes his forward progress as far as he can and then gets his hands up in the air. But if last series is any indication, this could be good for Centennial now. They should gain some yardage here.
As we heard Jeff talk about with that double tight end set, they didn't have an eligible receiver listed or ran out of the proper numbers to have somebody up on the line. Now they seem to have adjusted back to their normal offense using their second stringers. That's Rob Rotella with a strong carry up the middle, good for a 1st down.
And that's a real nice run. Dipped his head, cut through, jumped in.
They're saying the wrong name. That's my brother. I'm Nick. You say Corey every time I make a hit.
And here he goes, the 3rd man through. He makes the move at the line, breaks a tackle, dips his head, and gets another 4 yards. Real nice looking running back.
First down carry for Rotella. This time they give the ball to Mastriani. He takes it around the right side for a good pickup.
A lot smaller than the original tailback, but real good speed. You saw that real good cut, turned it upfield, picked up on 7 quick yards.
Second string offense, and now that they've gotten a few reps here in the second half, they look almost as good as the first string did in the first half.
And what you're seeing is the line is firing off the ball, creating a dent. So they are reestablishing the line of scrimmage. It's allowing their tailbacks, and they also have a nice big fullback in there to get some positive yardage. They do have it together. The coach must have taken them aside and had a little chat with them.
Quick flip. Didn't quite see who got the ball.
That was a fullback.
Ed O'Neill picks it up. Knifes ahead for maybe a couple. 3rd and very short, less than a yard.
And I would suspect that they will see the same play again.
O'Neill is the lead back, Mastriani and Rotella the 2 tailbacks. Mastriani left, Rotella right. They'll put it up. Far side, way out of reach of Derek Cloutier.
Tell you, I'm batting 1,000, aren't I, Jim? I'm calling the plays before they happen, and every single time I'm wrong.
4th and short.
Good thing I'm not scouting for the other team.
How much time? Gotta walk the ball, man. 3 minutes now? Gotta walk the ball.
3 minutes left to play in the game as the Irish just try to ice this one away.
Quarterback keeper.
Valovich kept it himself. If he got over the 30, he got the 1st down. First down, Notre Dame. Chance here to run out the clock and put up their first win since 1994. The Irish going 0-5, or excuse me, 93. The Irish going 0-5 last year.
Well, this is a real positive start for them. It's a nice way to start the season. Confidence building. They moved the ball. Their quarterbacks look good. Their timing looks good. They're enthusiastic. They've got a real good-looking team here. They're deep. As you can see, their second stringers are doing a heck of a good job.
This is Corey DiGaetano.
he's met 5 yards deep in the backfield, bounced it off, turned nothing into at least a couple of yards. Centennial has to spend this week working on their tackling.
Loss of 1 on the play could have been much worse. But DiGaetano gets up near the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 11. Valovich gives to DiGaetano again. Corey DiGaetano met at the line of scrimmage.
Well, what Centennial's doing is they're shooting all the gaps, and they're coming through. They're playing inspirational defense. I mean, they're down a lot. They're just playing a little bit for next week right now.
3rd and 13. Valovich going to put it up, looking for Fox on the right side. Overthrew him.
Yikes. Put number 55 in a better position on an outside shade, and he'll take that one back. I mean, throwing the long out, quarterback's got to make sure that he's stepping to where he's throwing. This kid needs some work on his fundamentals, but he's a nice tall kid. He has some promise.
Well, with 4th and 14 upcoming.
Are they going for a field goal here, or are they going to punt it away?
It appears as though they're going to let Ryan Nava try the 41-yarder.
He's dropping.
No, they change it back up. Anthony Santostefano in there to punt.
And once again, they've got Steve Smith out here who's onside.
Aaron Greenaway fields that punt and will kneel down, concedes the single. The Irish move up to 38-0. But Centennial will pick up some good field position rather than being backed all the way down with onto their own goal line.
And the nice thing about the ball giving up the signal is that it comes out to the 35. So you do gain some field position. And again, we're under 3 minutes here. It would really be great for next week, and I keep harping on this, Jim, but it would sure be nice for next week if they can establish some form of consistent drive. Makes practice the next week a lot easier to stomach if you come out of the game on something positive.
Tardif in motion. Kerr hands it off to Polston. He'll carry it through the middle. Picks up about 5 on the carry.
And that's a good, tough run. He's running nice and low, and he's pumping his legs, trying to get as much yardage as he can. It's nice to see these guys still playing hard. Problem is, you get down 38 points, and you start giving up, and that's exactly when injuries happen. So, I mean, Centennial's coaches are doing a good job of keeping their guys motivated to continue to play hard.
Last minute of play in the game. Kerr tries to get this offense moving. Pump fakes, throws one up. Robson, it's going to be picked off, brought down by Rob Rotella. Rotella with some room to run on the left side, has a block. Rotella run out at the 10. Jeff Tardif back there to make the stop, but a great run back on the interception by Rob Rotella.
And again, he's just backing coverage. He's deep, and what he's doing is just waiting for the ball to come down. Quarterback didn't get a lot on the ball, hung it up. I'm sure it probably slipped off of his hands and hung it up. Defensive back's just there, took the ball up his highest point, which is what he should do so the receiver doesn't come back and grab it, and then turned a nice catch into a real nice run. Took it outside, his defenders picked up blocks for him, and he almost scored.
Check that, Rotella knocked out at the 15, not the 10. With 20 seconds left to play in the game, and the Irish with the ball on the 15-yard line.
I think what they're going to do here, although I've been known to be wrong, is just go straight ahead.
Kneel down.
And play is whistled in, so they're just going to do that 4 or 5 times here just to wrap up the game. You hate to see a game end up on an interception. If you're a Centennial Cougar booster, that is.
As far as the Irish were concerned, only a fitting end to what has been a very good opening game of this 1995 Senior Boys Division I football season. After going 0-5 in Division I last year, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame take on the new kids on the block, the Centennial Cougars, and at this point lead it 38-0.
And what it is, it's a good indication of where they are. Notre Dame is obviously, they're looking pretty good today. And as I'm not saying that because Centennial isn't looking good. Centennial will be competitive. They've got some real nice looking players. They play hard. All they need to do is just get a little bit of confidence.
And that's the ball game. 38-0. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame win the season opener. Welcome to Division II for the Centennial Cougars, or welcome from Division II. Not what was expected at all. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, maybe by some people expected to win this game, but Centennial's supposed to be much more competitive coming in. They end up getting blown out. What can they take from this game going home being shut out?
I would think what I would do is I would take the kids through and watch over the tapes and just emphasize the plays that could have developed and how it was just a number of drop balls in the opening quarter and in the first half that cost them field position and also cost them momentum.
And for the Fighting Irish standpoint, they put up 38 points in their very first game. They pitched the shutout, but are they that good? Can they rest on this game, or do they continue to have to work hard?
It's difficult in the first, excuse me, it's difficult in the opening game to gauge where you are. It is a measuring stick, and to put up 38 points is a real positive start. Yeah, you can score, you have some offensive weapons, and I tell you what, their defense played really solid today, gave them field position. Turnovers were a big thing for Centennial as well. It cost them 21 points, the turnovers alone.
Ryan Ravazzolo, Emilio Presti, Ryan Nava, Anthony Santos Stefano, and Steve Smith all picking up touchdowns as the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame knock off the Centennial Cougars 38-0 in the opening game of the Rogers Community 10 Athletic Department. Right now, let's take it downstairs to the field where Jeff Girardat is standing by with today's Player of the Game. Today's Player of the Game award is made possible by MT Belly's Tap and Grill House. MT Belly's 871 Niagara Street. Welland's home for big food and big fun. Now let's send it down to Jeff.
Joined by Steve Smith, the MT Belly's Player of the Game. A 38-0 win for you guys today, Steve. Did you think it was going to be this easy?
No, we thought, all we want to do is be confident. Going into this game, we thought it'd be a lot tougher, but we played as well as we could, and we came out on top, so we're pretty happy with that.
This is your first game at junior. Last year, Notre Dame was 0-5. I guess it's pretty important to get off to a first victory on the first game of the season. Yeah,
the first game is really important, and that way you can build from that, and then you'll have a pretty good season from there. You can just go on from that.
It's pretty sweet for you guys, too, to beat a team that's only a 5-minute drive and a nice little Welland rivalry anticipating here.
Yeah, hopefully if they stay in our division, we can have a lot more rivalries, and we had a lot of fans out today, and it felt good.
And next Friday you play Westland. Any thoughts on that upcoming game?
Well, all I want to do is just be prepared, but I expect everything. Just if we go out and do our best, I think we should do great.
Steve Smith, thanks very much. One touchdown and a 38-0 victory over Centennial today. That wraps it up for Rogers Community 10 here on the opening day of high school football in Welland. For all of us here at Rogers, Jim Gould, Terry Laney, I'm Jeff Girardat. We'll see you next week.
Wheels keep turning, a sense of interest burning, immersion fade to black, main feature gang attack, stick that needle in, back live now watch again, off from my easy chair, off switch I wouldn't dare know. Someone else will make it right. No sense in being brave. Means taking your own grave. And here's some money, son. Go get yourself a gun. Never stop it. contemplate just why I'm so afraid. Plague in a box. Plague in a box. That's the news. Thanks for coming out.